The first time I saw Ayanna Carter walk right through our circle outside Mr. Kwan's store, I knew things would never be the same, though back then I thought I was the one in control. My crew ruled these streets with cold stares and leather jackets, making even grown men take the long way home. But when this 17-year-old girl locked eyes with me, didn't flinch, didn't even bother with the polite smile I demanded, I felt something dangerous flicker, the kind of challenge I couldn't let slide. Slick filmed the moment she walked away, posted it with a caption promising retribution, and the rumors started swirling. Folks whispered, threats were made, somebody slashed her bike tire. But what none of us realized, not then, was that Ayanna's quiet stride hid 12 years of karate discipline, a black belt earned under Coach Takashi's watchful eye, and the heart of someone who taught self-defense to girls every weekend. By the time we figured out who we were dealing with, the hunter had become the hunted. You ever have a moment you wish you could take back? Yeah, that happened. The air that evening was thick and sticky as Ayanna walked home, her karate gi folded in her bag, the black belt tucked out of sight. At 17, she'd mastered the art of being both invisible and impossible to ignore. Tall, close-cropped hair, eyes that could cut right through you, and a way of moving that told you she wasn't afraid of anything. "Hey, baby girl," her dad called from the kitchen, stirring something rich with garlic and spice. James Carter was ex-military, straight-backed, but softened by years of civilian life. He worked security now, keeping the peace and making sure there was dinner on the table. Ayanna dropped her backpack, offered to help, but he waved her off. They talked about class coach Takashi wanted her to help the younger kids more often. James just nodded, proud, but never gushy. "Dad, you notice more of those guys hanging around Mrs. Wilson's?" she asked, filling a glass of water. James paused, his military instincts never far from the surface. "Yeah, they're moving in on 8th Street too. People are talking. Shop owners, teachers, the whole neighborhood watched as my crew, faces new to them but trouble to anyone with sense, took up more corners each week. Just steer clear," he warned. "Those types bring nothing but trouble." Ayanna nodded, keeping her own encounter to herself. Later, a text from her best friend, Lena filmmaker, loud and full of life pinged in. Malik, their tech genius friend, would join for a project tomorrow. The three of them made an unlikely trio, but they stuck together through all the mess high school could throw. But that day's run-in lingered. Ayanna had stopped at Mr. Kwan's for milk after practice. 4 of us outside, blocking the entrance. I leaned in the doorway, arms tattooed, cigarette dangling, crew behind me, Slick, Tito, and Nails, the only girl her hair dyed bright purple. Ayanna walked straight up, calm as anything, and asked to pass. I looked her up and down, expecting her to shrink. She just stared back, stepped between us, and kept moving. Tito muttered at her, "Mr. Kwan looked nervous, and when she came out we were still there." "Girl like you should smile more," I said, blowing smoke her way. She shot back, "Don't tell me what to do," voice steady as a judge. Walked away like she owned the street. I hated how that felt. That night, she trained alone in her garage, running through kata until her mind was clear. Meanwhile, I watched the video over and over, fury building. "Who does she think she is?" I growled. "We should jump her," Tito suggested. "Too obvious," Slick argued. "Cops are already sniffing around." Nails just filed her purple nails, rolling her eyes. But me? I cared. Our reputation mattered. Let's give her a show she won't forget. The next morning, Ayanna found her bike tire slashed, a leather patch with our emblem left behind. She walked to school no tears, no drama. By the time she got to Jefferson High, Lena was waiting, phone in hand. "You seen this?" An Instagram post, blurry photo of Ayanna leaving the store, text implying all kinds of garbage. Comments piled up accusations, rumors, speculation. "Who'd post this?" Lena demanded. "I've a pretty good idea," Ayanna said, jaw tight. The rumors spread. By lunch, Ayanna's name was tangled up in lies dating me, running drugs, the whole 9 yards. Malik traced the IP to a tattoo shop owned by my cousin Darren, confirming what she already suspected. "We should report this," Lena insisted. "And say what?" Ayanna countered. That I offended some guys who wanted me to smile? She decided not to react, but ignoring it only made things worse. Coach Takashi found her skipping practice, listening as she explained what was happening. They may escalate until they get the reaction they want, he warned. Don't underestimate wounded pride. Ayana left, taking a different route home, but Nails followed, watching her routine school, dojo, community center. Next day, a crumpled note. Keep that attitude and we'll fix it. Lena wanted to turn it into a documentary about gang intimidation. Ayana refused, too dangerous. But Lena's mind was made up. That afternoon, Tito cornered Ayana in an alley. She faced him down, didn't blink, walked past him like he was a ghost. He blustered, but she could see the crack in his armor. Back at the warehouse, I was furious. We need something big, public, I snapped. Nails mentioned the school talent show. Perfect. Ayana trained harder, her dad quietly watching from the doorway. He gave her his old army patch. You don't need it, but you're about to show them what discipline looks like. I can handle it, Dad, she said. It's what happens after that worries me, he replied. The plan was obvious, a block party at the old warehouse. Flyer slipped into her locker. Malik and Lena begged her not to go. If I don't face them now, they'll just keep coming, she said. Maybe at school, maybe at the dojo, maybe my dad gets caught in the crossfire. Reluctantly, her friends agreed to help from the shadows. Before the showdown, Coach Takashi gave Ayana smoke bombs. Use them wisely. By 8:30, she was at the warehouse, watching, planning. Razor, me, Tito, Slick, Nails all waiting. When Ayana finally stepped into the light, the crowd parted. Thought you could embarrass us? Walk away. I taunted. She didn't flinch. You're going to apologize on camera. I demanded, get on your knees. She just asked. And if I don't? I nodded. Tito lunged, but she flipped him like he weighed nothing. Slick rushed her. She spun him to the ground. Nails came at her with brass knuckles. Ayana blocked and countered. I pulled a knife, slashing at her, but she moved like water, dodging every blow. The smoke bomb exploded, sudden chaos. She disarmed me, then with a few precise strikes, left me gasping on my knees. Sirens wailed, the crowd scattered. By morning, the video was viral. Ayana's legend was born. Her dad saw the video, furious and terrified. You could have been killed. You taught me to stand up for myself, she replied. Not like this, he said. But seeing her resolve, he finally understood. Some fights you face alone. At school, everything changed. Whispers, stares, respect. The video reached millions, and activists reached out. The police wanted her testimony. The principal offered online school. She refused. My safety is my responsibility, and I refuse to hide. The gang, humiliated, lashed out, vandalizing the dojo, Malik's house, Lena's footage. Nails showed up to warn Ayana. Razor's lost it. He's planning something at the community talent show, live streaming your humiliation. Ayana called her dad, who rallied friend from his old unit for security. Malik set up cameras. Lena recruited the film club. Takashi trained them all in urban combat. At the show, everything played out just as Ayana predicted. Razor and his crew tried to ambush her in the alley, but Ayana baited him, separated him from his backup. Cameras rolled, the crowd gathered, and Ayana faced me one last time. I pulled a weapon, desperate. She fought with discipline, pinned me, forced me to surrender in front of every enemy, defeat immortalized from every angle. The police arrived, took me away. The neighborhood rallied behind Ayana. She became a symbol of strength, a mentor to kids like Zoe, whose only wish was to be strong enough not to have to fight. The dojo rebuilt, scholarships expanded, Lena's documentary premiered, inspiring communities beyond their city. Ayana turned down national TV, insisting she wasn't a hero, just someone who refused to be broken. But her story sparked Change Watch programs, mentoring, even citywide reform. In the end, she found her true power not in fighting, but in showing others that courage isn't about how hard you hit, but how much you refuse to be broken. Now, looking back, I see it clear as day. You can threaten, intimidate, tear down, but true strength, real legitimize what you build. So what would you have done? Would you have stood your ground or walked away? I want to hear your thoughts. Was Ayana right to fight, or should she have stayed out of it? Share your opinion below, because sometimes the hardest battles are the ones we fight just by refusing to back down.